JTL opposite from the norm. I was just online on YouTube and I seen an MRAC TV interview with Big Gene Deal. Shout out to both of those brothers. You know what I'm saying? They and Rec been doing this thing for a long time. I believe when they was on like DVDs and stuff, and then Big Gene Deal, for the last I want to say 4 years or so, he been exposing some shit. So shout out to those brothers. So I wanted to talk about it. All right. They was talking about Jaz-O. If any of y'all remember Jaz-O, he was responsible one of the biggest parts of Jay-Z's start, along with Dame Dash and Kareem Biggs. Jaz-O, when he had got his deal, I think it was through EMI. He had a lucrative deal back then, like a 6-figure deal back in the late 80s, and that was really unheard of. I think it was EMI. And he had put Jay-Z on. That was his man from Marcy Projects. So he put him on, you know what I'm saying? Then he had the Hawaiian Sophie song around the 90 or something like that. He put Jay-Z on there. And then, his deal fell apart because he wasn't selling no records. And then Jay-Z and him kind of split, not be on bad terms, but, Jay-Z went back to the streets. This is all stories that, was told by Jay-Z and, Dame and stuff, what happened in the past. So he went back to the streets. And then Dame and Clark Kent kept trying to get him to keep rapping. And then Clark Kent, I believe, introduced him to Dame and Biggs. And, they went on and started doing their thing, and then finally started putting out records, and they finally got a deal with Def Jam for Rockefeller Records. They started Rockefeller Records, then got a deal with Def Jam. So they was talking about Jaz-O, and, for those of y'all who don't know Jaz-O, didn't follow Jay-Z in his early career, you can go back to the Hard Knock Life album, volume 2. And Jaz-O is on a couple songs, and the main song he's on that was a big hit was Jigga What. You know what I'm saying? Jaz-O killed the last verse, killed it. So he ends up signing to Roc Nation, but let me backtrack a little bit. They end up having a falling out because of certain things, business-wise. And, he kind of went personal. Jaz-O and Jay-Z weren't feeling that. I kind of felt Jay-Z's point, like, we supposed to be like brothers. Why you ain't put me in the backyard, put me by my coattail, let's talk like brothers. But fast forward after the beef for over 10 plus years, I think, them beefing. Fast forward to time now, which may have happened a few months ago, but we just not found out about it. So shout out to MREC for that info and Gene Deal. So they was talking about it. And Big Gene says something very interesting. Like, when you have situations like that where the older artists get locked down by labels like this, you know what I'm saying, they ain't going to be able to move like they used to when they was independent, because they get with certain labels that's controlled by big labels. And he was saying that they basically using their tokens. They token Negroes and they puppets to, smooth over a lot of things. Because if you notice, Nipsey Hussle got rich, so he had been independent for years after leaving, I think, Sony in 2009. Like, the same year he got his deal, he left like a year later, or barely a year later. And he didn't even put an album out. He just kept putting out mixtapes, mixtape projects, and grew and got better. And he didn't really want to fuck with the major labels. And then he ended up getting a partnership deal with Atlantic. And I'm hearing other people saying that most likely it was a 360. Ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? I doubt it, though, because the way Nip moved, got rest of soul, I doubt it. But I'm going to look that info up. I want to see that info. But that's what he was saying. So I was like, okay, you might have a point. So I looked it up. And I want y'all to pay attention to the page. You know what I'm saying? You can see the page. Roc Nation. I'm on Wikipedia. It says the type of label that it is private limited liability company, LLC. You know what I'm saying? But when you scroll down, it says, if y'all see right there where it says parent to the left under services between divisions, Live Nation. They're the ones that do ticket sales and all of that stuff, and putting events and concerts together and all that type of stuff. they're the parent company. So I'm like, how they a parent company of the LLC? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you can do that. I got an LLC, and if I wanted to be under a corporation, I can make some kind of deal, and they can be my parent or the holding company. You know, it's an investment company. But Live Nation is over Rock Nation. So when Gene Deal said that, was like they locking down his older artists. Like if you look at a lot of people that Jay-Z used to beef with in the rap game, is signed to Rock Nation. Now people might be like, nah, they independent. Like I said, right here you can look and see parent company Live Nation Entertainment. All right, he used to beef with the Locks. They got to deal with Rock Nation. He used to beef with Jim Jones. They got to deal with Rock Nation. They used to beef with when he was beefing with Jaz-O. Now he signed to Rock Nation. And it's funny because they keep signing all these people, and you think independence, but Live Nation is the parent company, so they're not independent. Then you see the services for Rock Nation, where it says services, it says management and music publishing. Y'all got to check out the interview. MREC TV interviews Big Gene Deal about Jaz-O signing to Rock Nation. So I'm like, oh, that might be some truth in that, because you got a lot of these guys saying they independent. All right, now I'm finna scroll to another page I got. Bad Boy Entertainment. I was talking about independent. You look at parent company. Sony Music Entertainment is his parent company. So all these artists, are they really get like Puff say? The Locks confirmed that Puff gave back their publishing after all these years. Ain't no telling if he really still making money off it, or hopefully they get the right agents to put their music into movies, TV shows, and get some money. You got to have the right people to do stuff like that. Publishing companies or entertainment lawyers or whoever with relationships. And I just thought it was kind of strange, because I'm like, damn, he might have a point. Like, are they really helping these older artists, you know what I'm saying, to flourish? Or is it you just trying to do great business? You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay, I'm wondering, God willing, will Jay and Dame get back cool? Dame apologizes because he's trying to do business and he don't want Jay-Z in the way, or Leon Cohen in the way, or Steve Stout in the way, or, Kevin Lyles in the way of him doing business. You know what I'm saying? These are questions that we need to ask ourselves. How can we say we really independent, but you mean to tell me we keep signing deals with these big labels and these big distribution companies instead of making our own distribution labels? This is what I have a problem with. All these major black entertainers that are millionaires and now billionaires, like Dr. Dre's a billionaire, Jay-Z's a billionaire, Puff was supposedly confirmed a billionaire. So why y'all haven't came together to start a distribution company? And when back in early 2000, you had Suge, Irv Gotti, Jay Prince was talking about making a black-owned distribution company. This would have been huge. But then next thing you know, Murder Inc. had situations, Irv Gotti and his label Murder Inc. and Ja Rule, they had issues with the feds. The feds been messing with Jay Prince from Rap-A-Lot for the longest. Look at Suge's situation now. Now, out of all of them, I'd say Suge pretty much got himself in the worst trouble. Irv Gotti and Murder Inc. got messed with because they was cool with Supreme Griffin, Kenneth Supreme Griffin, the OG from New York, and they was trying to say that he gave them drug money to launder drug money through their company to clean his money, when that was not true. You can look at Irv Gotti's career, how long he been in business and where he got his money from. Def Jam. And then it was going platinum like crazy, and you still say, oh, this Negro didn't do it on his own or whatever, or he wasn't legitimate. That's a lie. Rap-A-Lot. Been legitimate forever. Feds still mess with him. Suge Knight, yeah, a little shaky. But at least they was going to try to make their own black-owned distribution company, which would have messed up everything for the labels if you got these black distributors. So now you come in with their relationships that they built over the years. People know Suge, people know Irv and Murder Inc., people know Jay Prince and Rap-A-Lot. So if they would have been able to come together at the time when CDs were still selling and start signing up everybody. Imagine if they would have been able to sign up everybody from Texas that was becoming big in Memphis. If they would have been able to get Yo Gotti. If they would have been able to get excuse me. if they would have been able to get to Chameleon there when he was going platinum, when Paul Wall when he went platinum, you know what I'm saying, and all these artists that was coming out, what if they would have been able to get Ludacris? You know what I'm saying? What if they would have been able to get, you know what I'm saying, all these OG artists? What if they would have been able to distribute their music? You know how bad that would have damaged the infrastructure? This is the problem I have. Us as black people, every time we get money, we talk all this, and then when it's time to show and prove, who actually was doing something? Nipsey Hussle. Somebody who didn't have much money as Jay-Z and Dr. Dre and Puffy, and was cleaning up his neighborhood, one of the most dangerous and notorious neighborhoods in the United States, the Rolling 60s area in Crenshaw and South Central LA. The brother ain't have millions like that, but God rest his soul, he was putting his money where his mouth was, doing all these movements. You know what I'm saying? That all these brothers got all the money and doing nothing, and it took them years to start really talking about. Jay-Z took years to get to a place where he's rapping like Nas now. He sound like Nas now. What's Free with him and Rick Ross and Meek Mills. He killed that verse. But look how long it took him to get there. The brother finna be, he like 50 years old now. He just now rapping like that. And you know what I'm saying? So if you look at history, like look at Michael Jordan. You know, so all the stuff going on in Chicago. Instead of doing something about that, you invest in private prison systems. Look at Oprah Winfrey, billionaire. She talking about going to Africa and making schools. Great, that's cool. God bless you for that. But look at Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Now she so-called got her own network. Like, that's dope. But I don't think that's her own network. Matter of fact, let me look that up. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Let me see if she actually got her own network. Y'all bear with me. I wanna, you know what I'm saying, let's do our research today. All right. Okay, this is where you go down. Owned by Discovery Incorporated and Harpo Productions. Oh, talking about Harpo off the movie Color Purple? All right. And it replaced the Discovery Health Channel. Okay. Let me see. Discovery Inc. All right, who owns that? Move this out of the way so y'all can see. Discovery Inc., formerly Discovery Communications, is an American mass media company based in New York City. Established in 1985, the company is best known with its factual television networks such as the namesake Discovery Channel, Animal Planet, Science Channel. Yeah, okay. All right, let's go back. Okay, so Discovery Network is one of the owners. Then we got, Discovery Inc. is the majority. Harpo Productions is the minority. All right. Also referred to as Harpo Studios, is a U.S.-based multimedia production company founded by Oprah Winfrey. The name Harpo is Oprah spelled backwards. Okay, they threw that. Okay. And was the name of her own screen husband in The Color Purple. Okay. And is the sole subsidiary of her media entertainment company, Harpo Inc. Harpo Productions subsidiaries consist of Harpo Print LLC, the company's publishing house, and a minority interest in cable network Oprah Winfrey Network. Okay, this is her own network, own, but it says she's a minority. Discovery Inc. is the majority. So she could own 40%, they own 60%, which is still, still dope. But it's not her own network. Okay? So we keep talking about having our own stuff, but we keep getting in bed with these corporations. And then when something go wrong, or when you want to really do something on your own, you get scared. The way they did Monique, her and Tyler Perry. The way they did Monique. Like, that was y'all girl. and then you let her get looked at as a bad person and put that name out there that she's hard to work with, then come to find out y'all was lying and you was telling the truth, and then you can listen to them talking on the phone. She recorded the phone conversation with her, Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? But we keep talking about owning our own stuff, and we keep doing the same thing. That's why I'm like, man, it's time to get money and get resources and really work with people that want to do something. You gotta stop being greedy and be like Nip, man. It's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? But all these people that's billionaires now, these black entertainers, we could have had our own things. Like Bobby Johnson, he had BET, then he sold to Viacom, and I think he only sold it for like $100 million. He was a billionaire, and I guess it wasn't doing so great. So he sold it for $100 million. I was like, you a billionaire? You sold it for $100 million to Viacom? They slapped his head. Like, why you couldn't keep that in your family? And that's the problem. The reason why we keep talking about stuff like this, if you really be realistic, if certain things weren't still going on in this world, that'd be fine. Like, thank God we're not slaves no more. Thank God for that. But at the same time, it's not cool that we still getting killed in the streets. It's not cool that we still asking politicians for help. All the stuff we still asking for, and we still getting screwed over as a people. That makes no sense. So I just wanted to talk about that right quick. Y'all give me y'all opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back a little bit. Jaz-O signing to Roc Nation or the Lox or Jim Jones. Are these really good deals if Jay-Z don't own Roc Nation completely by itself and Live Nation owns it, which is a corporation, and they own them? Bad Boy is not owned solely by itself. He's owned by Sony Music. That's the parent company. So we got to ask ourselves questions like, are we really being independent, or are we being fooled and used as puppets again, and the system just finding great ways to just screw us over again? So y'all go ahead and leave y'all comments, like, share, make sure you subscribe. It's your boy JTL, opposite from the norm. Holla at me.